Alright, what's up guys? Adrian here from Brown's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu with Elvis Chen. We're going to be showing part 3 of the armbar series, and we're going to be working a rolling armbar from the turtle position. So when my opponent is in a turtle and I have either one hook or my 4 hooks in, or sorry, my 2 hooks in. So from this angle, we're going to start with both hooks in. Okay, so typically I have a seatbelt control right if I have the back. A lot of times from this position, what happens, I might be either falling off the back or, you know, if I want to end the fight early, I can just go straight into this armbar. I like this armbar in particular because it's more of like a trap. So you control the position of the fight just by holding the submission. And as you get better at this, you'll be able to control the position a lot better and be more efficient with it. So from here, how I like to think about this, if I'm attacking his right side, I need to take my left arm and control his right side, okay? At the same time that I do this, I'm gonna be taking my left leg out and placing my shin right across the top of his head. Okay, so if I'm attacking that right side, I like to lean a little bit to the right so I get a little perpendicular with my opponent here. Now from here, okay, I start to hook his arm, okay? So as I start to hook, I wanna go as deep as possible with my elbow. I try to go elbow to elbow, try to go really deep, elbow deep, and I try to hug my thigh as high up as I can. It's hard to do it from here because I'm up above him, but as I start to get my shin across, I start to adjust and slide my hand up a little bit more. So from here, I'll start to hook, and then I start taking my opposite leg out and placing my shin right on the back of his head. Now my right leg, that was a hook, is gonna go across his body. So now it's going all the way across. From here, it's gonna go all the way across to the other side. It's not gonna stay in. It's gonna go here. Okay, so from here, I get my hook, I start hugging my thigh, I bring my shin across, okay, and what I like to do here, you can post your forehead for a second if you need to, or most important thing that I'm looking to do is drop my left hip to the mat so I can look at his legs. So from here, look, I start to adjust my hand up, and now I'm looking in here at his leg. Just turn a little bit. Yeah, let's rotate. All right, so now from here, you can see he's controlling his hand inside, so he's defending. And then as you can see here, I still have my arm deep. I can use my opposite arm here to start pulling and getting this up nice and high. It's gonna put more torque on his shoulder, okay? So now you can see my leg is across his body and my left shin is over the top of his head. Now from here, with my free hand, I'm gonna reach for that far ankle and I'm gonna pull him right on top. So I'm gonna use this to pull. I'm gonna end up in this armbar position. As I land, I shift my hip a little bit, and I like to hook the leg here. This gives me just a little added assurance, so that in case he tries to sit up on me, right? As long as I have his leg control, it's gonna be hard for him to come up. And then now from here, I throw the leg over the head, and we can start working on armbar finishes. From here, if I have the leg hooked, I like to reach down and grab the wrist. And now I'll start pulling this 2-on-1. I still have this hand high up on my thigh, and now I start pulling. Once that breaks, I slide the hand up to the wrist and put 2 hands on the wrist, pinch my knees, lift my hips to get the tap. If I feel like the leg's giving me too many problems, I can always circle my hand out, pinch the knees, and lift the hips. Okay guys, so one more time from here. We have our hooks in. I have a seatbelt control, okay? I like to post my hand on the mat, start hooking that arm here. As I start hooking, right, remember my goal is I want to get my hand that's hooking all the way up on my thigh. So as I start to hook, okay, I take my opposite leg out, my right leg shoots all the way across, and now as I fall to my hip here, my hand comes nice and high. A lot of times we can get stuck in this position where the person's like really defending, so I'll use that time to start getting this up even higher. And now from here, I'm gonna reach across, grab that ankle, and pull him over. Okay, now from here, look, as I land, I do like a little hip escape here, so I can throw the leg over the head. And then I'll get to hook the leg here, and then I start reaching for that wrist. Now I have this 2-on-1. Okay, and a lot of times what happens as I have this 2-on-1, I'm just controlling the wrist, he'll start to kick his leg to try to go free, but it actually gives me more strength to pull. And now from here, I slide up to the wrist, controlling the hand, 2-on-1, pinching the knees, and lifting the hips. All right guys, so some common mistakes from this position. Okay, so a lot of times when we go for this arm bar, what happens here when the person gets this hook, okay, they don't get this arm deep enough. Okay, so as they try to roll, there's not enough torque on the person's arm. Okay, so from here, I need to make sure this arm gets deep as I'm rolling. Okay, another mistake people make from here is they don't put the shin on the head. So what happens is they get here and they try to throw the leg over the head this way, which allows him to posture up. Okay, this doesn't give me control of his head, which is going to enable him to roll. So the shin needs to be on the back of the head, pushing the head down. So when I pull the opposite leg and I'm putting the torque on the arm, it forces him to roll. If he's able to posture up, he's going to be able to jump over and recover. Okay, another common mistake that I see, and I think this is probably the most common one, is people try to finish this armbar belly down with their forehead on the floor, or trying to like post and arch from here. So what happens is they get the arm and they end up in this position and they start trying to finish from here. Okay, you're not trying to pull the arm, okay, you're trying to get them to roll. So you want to create that rotational force by getting the grip nice and high. Okay, as I start to fall to my hip, this starts to put that rotational force on his arm, which causes him to roll, right? I'm not physically rolling him with my legs. It's his arm that's forcing him to roll because it's torquing his shoulder, okay? From here, you can see Elvis even lifted his hips a little bit to alleviate the pressure. So now this makes it easy to grab and roll him over. All right, guys, have fun with it. Close.